Welcome, dearest viewer. I hope you have fastened your seatbelt because the journey is about to start. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey with us. Each and every one of us went through a little bit of rough waters on our journeys, but we stayed afloat and never sank. Let's look into it together.
Hi, my name is Alice. My literacy is creative arts. In my literacy journey in the creative arts, I had to overcome a lot of fears like talking in front of big crowds, overcoming my extreme shyness, learning the right techniques to project and use my voice. I also learned to think more creatively with any given situation. I was fortunate enough to have had two amazing coaches who guided me through this journey. They not only helped me find myself, but they also boosted my confidence a lot. I started doing drama in 2019 and I've never stopped since. In my literacy journey in the creative arts, I had to overcome a lot of fears like talking in front of big crowds, overcoming my extreme shyness, learning the right techniques to project and use my voice. I won the title of Most Creative at a dress-up competition, the title of Best Dressed at anything starting with a D competition, the overall title of Best Dressed and Most Creative for 5 consecutive years, and this is all just from school. These are all my certificates that I've received in competitions from all my art contests over a few years of doing drama. I am very proud of what I have accomplished.
Hi, I'm Ganek. My literacy I'm introducing to you today is speaking and listening. From a small age, I started doing I Statement, where I said poetry in front of a panel of judges. This had its own challenges. As a small girl of 4, I had to stand up tall, hands to my side, not moving a muscle, except my facial muscles expressing the words I'm saying. I had extremely stage fright if my mother was in the same room. She had to leave for me to be able to say the poems. Otherwise, I would run off stage. But this later changed to me doing other categories where I moved around, but remembering the moves and movements was not always easy. I would forget the movements, or I would forget the words. But later I got over this fear as I got older. I left the individual readings and moved into being in plays in groups. For example, in drama class. This is where my listening journey started, because you have to focus on what the other actors around you are saying to know when your cue is. That was a little easier, but it still had its challenges, remembering a whole play instead of just one poem with little amounts of words. You had to remember your lines and everybody else. And then I did a course for Da Vinci Learning, where they introduced us to the movie industry, where we learned about the directing styles, background, lighting, all those type of things, where I did a course in acting as well to be able to be in movies. But I've later found that that wasn't for me. And we made a movie as a group. It wasn't that much of a success. But I think if we did a second try, we would have done better. And today I still use my literacies, as speaking and listening is the most important part about who we are. We have to listen to a conversation and respond to it in result. And I think doing teaching, this will be a very important skill, because you have to listen to your students and be able to explain in an understanding manner for them to know what you're saying. You have to use clear sounds.
Good day, my name is Nikisha and my literacy is cooking and baking. I grew up in a family where all the ladies love cooking and baking. During all the birthday, Easter and festive family gatherings, the ladies get together and plan all the different menus to be prepared. Since a very young age, I loved to help in the kitchen. The fun we had preparing the food and the satisfaction of the end product that was put on the table was so heartwarming for me that I decided to pursue my passion for making food. One of my subjects in school was consumer studies, which taught me more about the theoretical and practical aspect of cooking and baking. During my exploring of making food, I encountered a few challenges because I did not follow the recipes and the mixing of the ingredients as stated in the recipes. I quickly realized that was the reason why some of my dishes was not a success. I overcame this by reading and following the recipes more carefully and to follow the steps as indicated. My great-grandmother used to cook the most delicious Sunday lunches and homemade Christmas cookies. Her passion for cooking and baking inspired me a lot. My grandmother is my biggest inspiration and my favorite cook. She plays a big role in my love for cooking and baking and teaches me new skills every time we cook together. She teaches me new and old techniques of making the most delicious food. My mom and I like to cook together, and my fondest times are sharing the kitchen and new cooking ideas with her. We have a family recipe book that has been passed on from one generation to the next. I am privileged to have the recipe book now and to make these wonderful dishes that we used to make together. My consumer studies teacher at school also played a big role in my passion for cooking. She helped me to better my skills theoretically and practically.
Good day. My name is Anja van der Merwe and my literacy is public speaking. I started my journey with public speaking when I was in grade 3. Since then, I competed in public speaking competitions annually until matric. One of the challenges I had was pronouncing words correctly. But I am a firm believer in practice makes perfect, and that is why I spend a lot of my time learning the speeches and perfecting each and every sentence word for word. I also attended extra classes that helped out a lot and made me more confident each time. I let my literacy journey be an example to others that if you work hard and your mind is in the right place, you can do anything. Public speaking will always be a big part of me, and I will miss the competitions and the learning every day. I can't wait to learn these skills to others. Another literacy that I have learned over the years is how to work with money and use it properly. Each month, my parents would give me a budget to buy beauty products and essentials. I also had to save at least 100 Rand at the end of each month. In the beginning, it was really hard because I didn't know how to use money the right way, and I would buy things that was not really necessary and I did not need it. As the time went by, I got the hang of it and was able to save more money each time. I am very thankful for my parents for teaching me this literacy.
One of the diversities is that Anja is from a farm in Leidenburg. Gianet, Nikisha and myself are all from the city. Therefore we could exchange our experiences of growing up in different places and learning about each other's backgrounds. We gave her tips on how to survive in the city as a girl, and she learned us to look at things with a more appreciative look, especially nature and what farmers mean to the community.
The challenges of working in an unfamiliar group. We had difficulty of assigning roles to each group member because at the beginning we were not sure of what each member was capable of. So each of us listed our strengths and weaknesses and each member chose a part that they were good in. We were also unsure of what we wanted the slideshow to look like because each member has different tastes and designs. So we came together and decided to meet each other halfway so that everyone was happy with the design. We also had to come out of our comfort zones to meet each other at the library to work on this assignment. The trail was tough, but we are tougher. Thank you for joining us on our journey. We formed a real bond. Our journeys are far from over. Thank you for listening.
Nothing's ever what we expect, but they keep asking where we're going next. All we're chasing is the sunset. Got my mind on you. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter where we are. Doesn't matter, no. If there's a moment when it's perfect, we'll carve our names as the sun goes.